Hello guys, we're here for our Pretty's Team Business Builders training today, and we are in week 5 of the Path to Growth. It's a 6-week series. Today we're going to be focusing on engaging and inspiring our teams. So we're not talking about growing our teams. We talked about that last week. So this is how to get your team members connected and engaged with your group and how to get them inspired to move forward on your team. So the first thing is adding new team members, which we talked about last week, but that's just the very beginning of what a new team member can be. Technically, we don't really get any credit from Stampin' Up, so to speak. Like, we don't get any points, we don't get anything back from Stampin' Up with a new recruit. Our goal is to get them to qualified status. If you're going to try to get bonuses, if you're trying to get earn your trip, that's where the points kick in. So just adding team members isn't necessarily super helpful to your business unless you engage them, okay? Plus, what's the point if they're just getting a kit and leaving and getting a kit and leaving? We want them to get a kit, but get so connected with what we're doing that they don't want to leave, okay? And that's the beauty of our teams. I like to think of it as like my scope of business is large, but what my goal is for everyone to end up in the best part of it, which is my team. And that's where all the fun happens. That's where all the energy is. And it can be local, online, whatever, but the team is the best place. And that's my goal for them. So we're trying to build the team of our dreams because that's what produces fun. That includes more people, and that gives us results on our business. So think about what kind of team you would want to be a part of and build that team. So that's what we want to do, is what would we want to be on, and that's what we need to build. I love my team. I'm glad to be on it. I'd love to be a participant on it as well. But it's fun enough that I love to just be on it. But you want a community that you would want to be involved in yourself is what you want to build. I have heard from people that have team members. All my team members are hobbyists. They don't want to do anything else. They're just hobbyists. They don't want to do anything. If you always say that, that's what they will always be. People will only behave in the way that they're trained. So if you expect that from them, that's the results that you're going to get. What we're looking for is people that are hobbyists to become involved, to share, and to engage with our teams. Some of my most active team members are hobbyists. Okay, so I'm going to say that again. Some of the most active and valued and busy team members are hobbyists. A-OK. That is the backbone of our business. So we don't have this bucket of the good ones and the bad ones, the helpful ones and the not helpful ones. Everyone is helpful, and everyone has a potential to rise and be a star on the Pretty's team. And I want to create a group that encourages this. So we want systems and things in place that draws people in and engages people and keeps them stamping with our team and with Stampin' Up. So we want to treat them all the same no matter why they joined, okay? I would not wait until you've got X number of team members until you start training your team. You are going to start training your team the first time you have a team member, okay? I remember, honestly, I had one team member and we didn't really do a meeting at first. And then within months, I had 2 more join. So we had 3. And I was like, let's have a meeting. We didn't know what we were doing. We just kind of shared together. And it wasn't ideal, but we formed a team and we worked together and we learned new things. So don't wait. I guess my point is, don't wait until you feel like it's perfect to start. Just start. Just start. Now, I can ready to tell you what makes it most effective, but don't wait. So start right away. You don't want to say there's a point where I'm going to be where I'll start doing that. You want to just do it from the very beginning. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a series of steps with the people that we add. And the first group is, I do consider my team members in different sort of like categories. Not by value, but just in my time that I will invest. So there are direct level team members. Those are first level right under me. And then there's my whole team, which is levels 1, 2, and 3. So these things that I'm going to tell you about are for the whole team, the whole group. So as soon as they join, you've got this system in place that it like just kicks off a series of things. First is a welcome email, okay? So every week you want to look and see who's joined your team and send them an email. And I copy and paste this email, welcome to the Pretties team. I'll stick their name in there. And it's just an explanation email about who we are, what we do. Thanks for joining. If you have an upline, here it is. This is how we're connected. This is when the team meeting is. We'd love for you to come. New demonstrator training is here. This is how much it costs. So all the kind of basics of our team. If you're brave, you can have a welcome video. You can make a welcome video that welcomes people. And this is especially important if you're if you're virtual. And then also, but still invaluable if you're not. And then you can send them a cute card. So my current team welcome card is this. I made this because I use this because it's easy to make. I have a lot of team members. But also, it's good for a year because it uses this cute new catalog paper. So that's why I did that. And then I have a little postcard. It's just a piece of typing, printer paper that has a schedule of all our meetings for the next year. Whenever Christmas comes, I'm going to stick this. I'm going to have this. So around Christmas time, I stick this in the Christmas cards that I send my team members. So every year they know they're going to get the next year's worth of team gatherings, and then it's ready to send to any new team members that I have. My team meeting is like clockwork, so I can make a schedule for it. I could make a schedule for my team meeting from here until the year 3000 if I wanted to. It's the second Saturday of the month at 1 to 3 p.m., barring holidays and retreats and things like that. But that's kind of the skeleton calendar of it. But that goes in there. Also in the card is a quick start tracker. So, and then you can include the welcome letter as well, which is basically the same thing that you wrote in your email. So let's talk a little bit about the quick start tracker. Let me see if I can pull that up. This is something that Stampin' Up! Has made. And basically, there are rewards and benefits to a team member if they sell or purchase a certain amount of products when they first start, okay? So the first goal they can hit is at 900 in sales, and the second goal they can hit is at 1800 in sales. And they can hit either one of these goals in the first full 6 months of their demonstratorship to get their benefits. Their first partial month is free. So let's say they signed up in February. They don't count February. So they got to sell $900 by the end of May. And then they can get the 1800 CSV if they sell. They get this next quick start level is in the next 3 months. So let's kind of rewind here. So first, your goal is to sell $900 during your first full 3 months. And if you do that, then you get a $50 credit. The second goal is to sell 1,800 by the end of your first full 6 months. When you reach that, you'll get a $100 credit. So you don't even have to meet the first goal to earn the second goal. And when you reach both goals, you'll get $150 in credits. So that's awesome. You can basically earn your starter kit back and more. So we want to get people on track. So what I would do is I would highlight, like you joined up in May. You need to sell 900 by the end of August and 1,800 by the end of November to earn the rewards of the $100 credit or the $50 credit. Okay? If they don't understand the reward system, then they're not going to achieve it, right? So that's a good idea to help them understand how Quick Start works. All right, and that Quick Start tracker and all the forms I'm going to go over with you today are in the files section of the Pretty's Team Business Builders Facebook group. So they're all there. Next, we're going to add them to our team Facebook group and welcome them in. I usually add them first and then welcome them so that they're in there when people say, yay, we're happy to have you. So we do that. And then the next is we can, let's see, this next part I do only with my direct recruits. Unless for some reason my second level is like, I can't do that, I don't have time, I want nothing to do with this process, I will take over this part of it. But typically my direct level demonstrator can do this part. And that is to meet with them in person or on Zoom just for, 30 minutes to an hour to help them get their first order placed and help them get connected with our team. So just answer them all their questions and get them set into ordering and engaging with your team. Also, an hour before your team gathering each month, you can hold a new demonstrator training. Especially, it's great to do these every month, but especially in, like, say, next month where we have all these new team members. Imperative to have that on your calendar. So this is all about engaging with these team members and connecting them with their team, with your team. If they don't do that, it's not likely they're going to stay as long. It's just way more fun with others. And I'm going to invite them personally to attend the meeting. So I've already sent them the email that tells about the meeting. I've sent them the card that tells about the meeting. And I'm going to text them or Facebook message them if I don't have their cell number and remind them about the team meeting and invite them personally, okay? And it's a good idea to kind of assign someone at the meeting to be like their buddy, because our team meeting is fast and furious, and I can't stop and answer questions. And if they have questions or feel uncertain, I want them to have a friendly face that they can count on right at that moment. And then finally, you can offer to help your new team members. I do this with my directs with their first class. So I'll have them come to my class and observe and help, come early, stay late, ask questions, set up, break down, show them how to put the order in. So, and actually now I don't really even do that because it's all people put their own orders in. All right. So let's zip over to some helpful tips that we have. And we've already talked about our Quick Start tracker. Let's talk about our new demonstrator training. So I talked about that, but we're going to go a little bit more in depth. Again, this handout is in the file section of our Facebook group, so you don't have to furiously write all this down. Just refer to that. That's in the Facebook group. So first, how do you engage with us, the Pretty's team? You're going to talk about when are your team meetings? Mine are generally the second Saturday of the month. What is the Facebook group? How do I get that? Where are the resources that I offer? My free tutorials that I offer my team members are on my email. So make sure and open your email. What are your hours? I typically work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, but the Pretty's team Facebook group is the place to go with questions that you have all day, every day. So they can answer a question at 1 a.m. And chances are a Pretty's team member is going to be there to see it. We're going to talk to them about our challenges and our events, what fun things that we do with creating cards. We're going to talk about events that we attend, our team meeting every month, but also Stampin' Up! Events. Lots of fun challenges. We want to share and support each other. So if they've told you that they're having a surgery, you're going to check on them and see how that went. That's what I do with my team members. But also we want to teach them how to engage with Stampin' Up! So we don't want them to think that we're their only connection to Stampin' Up! Stampin' Up! Is the best way to reach Stampin' Up!, okay? 1-800-STAMP-UP is the direct number, and it's open from 8 Central a.m. to 8 Central p.m. That's a long time. And they can ask them anything, especially regarding orders, policies, that kind of stuff. That's where they're going to go. Talk to them about the Demonstrator Business website. Make sure they're opted in for people to order from them and get them connected with Stampin' University. There's all kinds of starting materials there that can walk them straight through everything. And make sure they're on the Demonstrator Planning Place. Go over that's the Facebook group with all the Stampin' Up! Demonstrators in it. Go over Quick Start. So $900 first 3 months, $50 free. $1,800 first full 6 month, $100 free. Check. And talk to them about how they get paid. Let's talk about the discount that you get on your orders, and how to sell if they choose to do that. First, stamp with people. Next, hold classes. Talk about pricing. $25 or free with a minimum $30 order. The reason I'm talking about that is a lot of people that are brand new are going to do something dysfunctional, like have a class that costs $20 and they're not going to do free with purchase because they're nervous to do that. But the worst way to start a new business is to start it dysfunctionally. So we want them to start it off as it's going to be. We want that class to be at the same time every month, and we want to show them how to price their events. They can have their classes on Zoom or Facebook or both. And then we can talk about kit parties. These are some of my favorites. This is a class that I resisted for a while, but I love it. It requires no prep, and it has really increased my sales quite a bit every month. So next, they can start a Facebook group or page, both, to increase their visibility online. Talk about where to sell cards, where to share cards, craft markets, craft fairs. Talk to them a little bit more about your team trainings, what you offer. Like we have this business builders group if people want to take it a bit further. Talk about paper pumpkin and kits, and just talking to them about how you grow your business one customer at a time. So they do need to understand that when Stampin' Up! Runs a discount, they are included. Some people think, oh, I'm a demonstrator, I can't take advantage of free shipping. You can. I can't think of anything that Stampin' Up! Does besides the starter kit, which we already have, that we're not able to participate in because we're happy shoppers. So, or demonstrators. I use those terms interchangeably, by the way. So how does that work? Last chance sales, free shipping sales, all the same. So that sale stacks on top of their discount already. Pretty awesome. Talk about how when they get to Bronze Elite, they get an extra 5%. And then when they get to Silver, they get product bonuses. And how important it is to stay active and to reach those levels so that they get the most from their demonstratorship. We're going to talk about how much fun we have together. They're going to see that. We love to swap. We can even make money. We love to go on trips, go to events. They're going to get incentives and rewards from Stampin' Up! And also from me for their behavior that is, I want to say good behavior, for sales and recruiting and team building. So I reward those in my team. The more people we have, the more fun. So, and we can talk about how to have a blog, how to do YouTube, retreats. Basically, everyone here is on the same page and we're all doing this together. So that's the new demonstrator training that we're going to zip through. I do this in 1 hour. I spend the first 30 minutes going over the highlights, and then I ask questions for about 15 minutes. They ask questions, and they're encouraged to ask questions through. And whenever someone has a question, their name goes into the bucket for a prize. Anyone is welcome to come to these meetings, and at the very end, they'll do one simple card that, like, I just stick it down, they start doing it, and I usually walk away to start getting ready for the team meeting. It's that easy that they can kind of do it on their own. If you use something from the annual catalog, then you can use the same one every month, because these are going to be new people coming every month. And then I'm going to show you one more tool that I have for you. These are all such great tools that actually Rhonda Wade has created, but she shared it with all of the people on the path to growth. So I love that. This is a checklist for you to use with your new team members. So you've got their name, address, phone number, email, when they signed up, when their quick start has to be met. And then you're just checking it off. You've invited them to the Facebook group. You've done this. You've done this. So that you don't miss something, because believe it or not, when you have your first team member, you probably won't miss any of these things because you're on the ball. But when you've got 3 or 4 and you're adding them and you have others that are on second and third levels, like, you got to keep track of this. So this is a great thing. Just print them out, stick them in a binder, and start filling them out for each person. That way you have a system. And when you have a system, you will do it. When you don't, you probably won't, because it's not naturally going to come up in your week's time. So let's talk also about team meetings. As I said, my first team meeting was probably a dumpster fire. I do remember it. I remember I was pretty terrified. We had it at my mom's house because I felt like that was fancier. My mom has a fancy house. And we made things, and we learned something. So each one of us brought something to the table. I guess even early on, I knew it was important to try to involve people. I remember one of the team members I had was a photographer. So she shared with us how to take good photos. But here are some things that make a team meeting effective. So we're not just getting together and having fun. Okay, that's not what we're doing. We are effectively meeting to get the most bang for our buck. Now, I do the team meeting in 2 hours flat. Sometimes the make and take part will take a little bit longer, but the meeting itself, I would say, is always under 2 hours. And usually the meeting part will be over in about 1.5 hours. So, but it's a lot. We cover a lot. It's the same time each month, as I said. I do charge $10 to come or $15 if it's shipped. Rhonda does $10 or $15 for live, and then $20 shipped. She does include an full embellishment in there. So with their make and takes, I don't do that. So that's what the price difference. The make and takes have a purpose. They're not just willy-nilly make and takes, like 4 different cards. Every team gathering that we have, the class could be used as the make and takes could be used as a sample class. So they're all around one bundle and one pack of paper. So you can see they could be used for a class. They're not just fun cue cards. They have a purpose. We're doing lots of recognition. We're going to recognize top sales, top recruiting. We're going to recognize for other achievements like sales over 400, sales over 1,000. And coming to our first meeting, we're going to recognize all title promotions and all people that qualify. So we're going to always recognize our silver elite members when they're there, and our silver members. So kind of going down the chain of levels. We have challenges. They're so fun. Creative challenges, business challenges are both happening in our team. We have 3 people that do that, so we're sharing that workload, and we rotate who does those each month. You can have a business topic. You should in your team meeting. Mine's brief. We probably spend 3 minutes talking about it, but I don't care if you're there just to make cards. You're going to sit through my 3 to 5 minute lecture about how to hold a Christmas card class. And honestly, I just say it without any shyness at all, because who's to say the person that has never had a class isn't thinking about having a class? And then because they come to the team meetings, say they've come for 3 years. I've got people that have come to my team meetings for probably 5 to 10 years and have never had a class. I guarantee you they could tell you how to price a class, how to have a Christmas card series. The important things that we talk about every year, they know because I train on them. And they don't care. They can get on their phone, they can do whatever they want, but that's part of coming to class, is a business topic. You can be the speaker, or you can have a guest speaker to talk about that. You want other people to demonstrate. The only exception is like I got all my new products in and I knew no one on my team did. So I did one of the demonstrations, but otherwise you're going to ask people to do demonstrations. They will always do better than you can because they a lot of times will put so much work into it because they are so excited. I'm just excited, but they feel like they want to do well in that setting. So they put a lot of effort into it. So never underestimate a team member, even if they're not someone having classes, as to how they can do a demonstration. It's so fun to see them shine, and just to sit back and watch other people clap and cheer for them. The more other people can get involved, the better. Have someone that sets up the snacks. Have someone that gets people to bring snacks. Have someone that collects the money. So everyone has a job. If they have a job, they're going to come. If they don't have a job, they might not come. We have a swap coordinator. Thank the maker, because I'm really bad at that. It's really hard for my little brain to do that. But she posts it every month, and then we swap, and she sorts the swaps and hands them back out. She is on top of it, and I love it. In-person swapping is fantastic. This is probably the strongest thing that our team does to get people involved. We have people that never come to the meeting that always swap. So it's very sought after in our team. And the thing is, the people that are swapping are not having classes, but they still have to purchase new products to swap. So they're in there buying new products. Okay. It's like a hobby. It's a hobby, and it's not a shameful hobby. It's a hobby that we love, that brings us joy, and we're going to spend money on something that we love. We don't shame people for going and buying Starbucks. We don't shame people for going to the movies. Why would we shame people for buying Stampin' Up! Products and making cards and sending them? So that's the truth. So swapping, show and tell, bring anything you've made and show it on the show and tell table. We love that. And then bring your challenges. So we always have a live challenge at the team meeting as well. Something we added in the last year that's been so fun is a game. So we have a little game. It's super fun. And that's all part of Rhonda Way's meeting planner. So I say you have to pry that out of my cold, dead hands, because it's so helpful to me. I pay her every month for access to that team planner that has a game idea in it. Also, I have, just to start the meeting off on a positive tone, we start with what's going good in your life. And I love this part. It really, that's the thing, that we start on a positive note. It starts good. We're all kind of, it's starting, and then the people that you would never really get to share will share. And we get to know each other. We get to know that, they beat cancer, or they had a new grandbaby, or things that they wouldn't normally just say in the course of a team meeting, but they'll say in the time that we have to share about something good that's going on. I usually say in your business or your life. So I'm looking for in your business, but also in your life. So that's a new thing that we've added over the last year as well. We are going to communicate on a regular basis with our team. So I generally email my team once a week. That is my goal. they're going to have first thing on the email is how to sign up for our team meeting. It's the number one thing that we do. So every email is going to have a link to sign up for the team meeting, or a link to watch the one that we just had, and then a link to sign up for the next one, right? So always getting that information out there. We want to welcome our new team members by name. This can be on email and on Facebook. We want to shout out to anyone that's promoted or reached a milestone, qualified status on the Facebook group and on the email. We want to have any updates from the meeting. If we have winners and things like that, we can put that on Facebook and in the email. Usually the first email I have after the team meeting is where I'll say who got the top in sales, who got what. And on my sales awards, you do have to be present on Zoom or live to win your prize. So that calls them out. Oh, I got an award, but I didn't attend the meeting, so I didn't win my prize. So then they may come to the next meeting. So the one thing that I don't require is like the business challenge. If people participate in that, they do not have to be present at the meeting to win, but to win their prize. We'll still announce them and celebrate them, but they just don't get a little something for their rewards. So we're going to remind them of our next meeting, what's coming up, and a good quote, motivational quote is always fun. I don't really do that much, but that's a good idea. I need to do more of that. We're posting in that Facebook group, and we want to have other people posting in that as well. So have your top team members have something that they're posting in there on a regular basis so that it's not just you going over and over. Also on Tuesdays at noon, we have a Facebook Live, and I answer any questions I've had over the last week, and then I go over the Stampin' Up! Updates, which are on the Stampin' Up! Page, talk about the inventory status report, talking about what's going on with our team. And that's a usually 10-15 minute Facebook Live, sometimes 30, but it's definitely pretty short, and that's just a little check-in that I do for my team members every week. So next week we're going to get more into like recognition and challenges with our teams, so we're not just we're just scratching the surface of that here. We're going to talk about bigger events that we can have with our teams, and team engagement, and we're going to talk about kind of some final tips as we move forward. So let's talk about our homework for this week, okay? So what is your team name? Do you have a brand? Do you have a motto? Show us the next 6 months. I've already got that done. Actually, no, I need to redo it because it's only got 3 months on here because we're already in October. This ends at December. So share with us your welcome card, which I've done, and if any kind of packet that you would have for a new team member that includes that quick start tracker, your welcome letter, the card, and a list of dates for your upcoming events. Make that welcome video for people to share with new team members, and you can send that. That's something that I've never done that I just need to rip off the Band-Aid and do. And then line up your guest stampers and presenters for your team meetings for the next 6 months. Ooh, that's exciting. I can tell you one more thing that we do, this totally just not covered on this, and we may talk about it some next month, is we have a new thing called Stamper of the Month, and we are having a person each month that is stamping and posting things to the Facebook group and sharing, and then the following month they do a presentation at our team meeting. We don't have one every single month, but we try to have a Stamper of the Month every month that we focus on, that we celebrate with. So that's exciting. All right, guys, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week for our final wrap-up. Bye.